Everyone around us have incidents occurred in their life that sows a seed of something interesting in them. The seed that takes them somewhere in life, or the seed that makes them something in life. Good morning to one and all present here. I am Vaishvik Salasiya, and I'm here to speak up on the topic entrepreneurial mindset and intention, and state my journey as an budding entrepreneur. So, firstly, let me take you through my journey as an budding entrepreneur. So, my family is a business oriented family. Both my paternal and maternal sides are business oriented. And of course, can anyone guess from which community I belong? Yes, indeed, I guess most of your guesses would be correct. I belong from the community of business tycoons Ambani and Adani. And of course, from the community of our Honorable Prime Minister, 56 inch ki chhati, our Mr. Narendra Modi. Yes, I'm a Gujarati. So business and entrepreneurship was in my blood. So I first started going to my uncle's shop when I was just 6. So I can surely tell I'm a well-trained man. My uncle trained me in every way he could. He trained me to deal with customers. He trained me to do everything a business needed at the age of just 10 only. And yes, uh, he trained me how to deal with customers. He trained me to do everything. So my entrepreneurship seed flung out of me when the school organized the Zaber Think Tank event, where I innovated my own product and presented it in front of my mentors. So this is how the entrepreneurship seed came in me. So now let me take you through the journey of India in getting entrepreneurship in it. Entrepreneurship in India was on a rough path, and moreover after independence, it had a terrible impact. However, after formulation of strategies and policies, India is now seeing rise in entrepreneurship in it. But what brought the transformation in it? Let's see. The major transformation of entrepreneurship in India was brought by the new economic policy of 1991. The new economic policy had three main aspects: liberalization, privatization, and globalization. However, among all the other top startups and companies, the IT sector of India is on a boom. The IT sector alone handles a large part of entrepreneurship development in our country and is the face of India's entrepreneurship development around the world. Since we have talked so much about India's entrepreneurship, let me tell you what skills and mindsets an entrepreneur needs to become a to build up a successful venture. Let's take some examples. Sula Wines. Sula Wines is one of the most incredible business ecosystems around the country and is the current wine leader of India. So how did Sula manage to do it? Let's dig in. Rajiv Samant, owner of Sula Wines, while working with his friend in California, saw a huge opportunity of wine industry in India. So in 1995, he came to India and sold his first wine plant for the business. But did you know that growing a wine is an exclusively tedious job to do? Let me explain. If you sow your first wine plant today, you will be able to bottle out your first wine after 5 to 6 years. And this is where the first skill of an entrepreneur comes in, that is patience. An entrepreneur should always be patient to get results and not in a hurry to achieve results. But this does not mean that they do not have to work harder. They have to work harder and patiently wait for the results to come. Rajiv waited 5 years until in 2000, the first bottle of Sula Wines was launched in the market. Sula was doing a profitable business, but what it cracked was its target market. Sula saw that the Indian wine drinker crowd was way more distinct and younger than the other parts of the world. So this is where the second skill of an entrepreneur comes in, that is environment scanning and being vigilant. We all know that promoting or advertising of alcohol in any way is a punishable offense in India. But what Sula did was way more innovative, and I bet no one could ever think it. In 2008, Sula heavily invested in something known as Sula Fest. Sula Fest became a hub spot for the young people to come and enjoy there. And the most important thing, try the most exquisite range of Sula wines. So by this, Sula Fest became a silent marketer for its own product and helped Sula to achieve a profitable venture. Now, let me take you through the journey of India's top businessman and industrialist, and the man who is also known as the father of Indian stock market, late Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani. What skill do we learn from him? The skill of selling and raising money. So this must be around 1970s and 75, when Dhirubhai was in search of big chunk of money to fund his new big project. But the banking sector at that time was not competent enough to lend such a big chunk of money to someone and take higher risk. So Dhirubhai was in a search of new ways to raise money from. And this is when he got an idea to raise money directly from the public through the means of stock market. But in 1960s and 70s, the Indian stock market was richly preserved by the rich businessmen and brokers. Dhirubhai decided to pull down the rich man's fortress to include millions of middle-class people into the stock market and show them a new avenue of investment. Millions and millions of middle-class retail investors got a new way to park their surplus money and faith in Dhirubhai. And there was no looking back after that. Thanks to the equity cult initiated by Dhirubhai 42 years back, the Indian stock market currently ranks among top 10 in terms of market capitalization, and the contribution of late Mr. Dhirubhai is unmatched. So summing up my whole speech, business and entrepreneurship both run side by side and are a very pivotal asset of a country's economy. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishvik.